What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna be a little bit. I know I was there for on the starting student screen for a little bit, but I'm gonna need a few minutes here to get everything situated. Again, this is the isolation session. This is where we go over all the pairs that we look at for the live trading session. Again, we're not gonna be taking any live trades. We are just gonna be breaking down the pairs that we go over in the live trading session. Try to see what pairs are moving the way they need to be moving, what pairs look best for the NYC session. Pairs we're going to go over are the ones with the red flag, so AU, EA, ECAD, EU, GA, GCAD, GJ, GU, US30, USDCAD, ZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and oil. Give me 1 second, then we'll start in about 2 minutes. Alright, so let's get started. Let me shut off this light. Alright, so we're gonna start off with AU again. We're just gonna do a 30-minute breakdown. We already know that we don't have any continuations in the full hour, no continuations in the daily. We know we're looking for price to go short, right? And we're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA, go in to make lower lows and lower highs. So right now for AU, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, change of character, lower low, lower high, right? And price did give us a lower low technically because we do have price, or we did have price break below the low and close below. But now, what is identified as a break of structure? Why am I still not interested in looking at AU going short? Is because this break of structure is not a real break. These candle closures, these are testing candles, right? So let's write that down. Testing lows, not a BOS, right? So with that being said, on top of the fact that this isn't a real break of structure, we also have the 800 EMA. We already know price loves to respect the 800 EMA, right? We also had a day of drop yesterday. Today, price gave us a day of no net. What does that tell us? That price is not ready to continue, is not ready to do a continuation. So that already gives us a heads up, like, hey, this isn't where price is going to give us a change of character or a break of structure. This isn't where we're going to be looking for a break of structure retest to then continue to push to the bottom side. This lets us know, right? Let's talk about all the traders who are looking at this, right? We know we want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. This lets us know that the break and retest, that retest isn't going to bounce off the 50. This lets the Fibonacci traders understand that, hey, this isn't where we want to see price break and come back to the 50%, and that's where we're going to take a trade, right? Because if you're a fib trader and you think that this is a BOS retest of the 50%, your stop loss is already hit, right? Understanding market structure, understanding where you're at in the trade, you need to know that before taking any type of trade, before any traders, right? Any strategy, anything else that you need, you have to learn market structure. Without that, everything is invalidated. So AU, we already know, is not in the best place, not in the best position for us to take a trade. EA, we're at the bottom of consolidation. We have 3 months of drop. We're looking for, we're in V2, so we're looking for price to start going up off the 50 EMA. Right now in the 4 hour, we still have lower low, lower high, lower low. Price here is still consolidating, haven't broken above the highs, haven't broken below the lows, still just consolidating. Now in the 30 minutes, same thing as AU. We had low, high, lower, low consolidation. Lower, high, lower, low, where price just consolidated again. Gave us then a change of character, higher, high, higher, low. This break, did price give us a clean break of structure? No. These candles here are not a real break of structure. Those are just testing candles. So let's write that on our notes. Testing highs, not a BOS. So because we know that this isn't a break of structure, right? We know that also we had a day of rise yesterday. Today, what did price do? It gave us a day of drop. So we already know that we don't have 2 days of rise. This isn't going to be a 372, right? And the same exact thing for AU. In level 3 going into an uptrend, or level 3 going into a downtrend, or level 1 in an uptrend, level 1 in a downtrend, you're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. Again, this already lets us know, it lets the Fibonacci traders know that, hey, this pullback after the break is not going to bounce off the 50%. This lets the EMA traders understand that this isn't going to be a break and a bounce off the 50 EMA. If you were trading either strategy right now, you're in drawdown, or your stop loss was hit, right? And we know right now we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. So now, could price come lower and just give a steeper pullback and then come down here and make a decision on whether or not it wants to continue to go up, or if it wants to break below and give us that push to the bottom? It could do that, but we gotta wait it out. So EA, nothing here for us either. EURCAD daily time frame. This is one where we were in the first zone of consolidation or an uptrend V1. We're looking for that second push to the top side, looking for a break of structure of the highs. We have 2 months of rise, looking for price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Right now, we could still see higher highs and higher lows. We could see that price gave us an exhaustion candle to the top side in the 4-hour time frame. So what does that let us know? Again, price is most likely not going to want to go up. We had lower low, lower high, lower low, change of character, higher high, and price consolidated. And again, this break above, this first green candle is a testing. This isn't a break of structure. We had 2 days of rise on the 3rd day, which is today. Price gave us a rise no net. Could we be expecting a 4th day variation on this pair? In my opinion, I don't believe we'll get it. Reason why. That pullback, 32 pips is STP. Well, let's recalculate STP as well. Let's get in the habit of doing that. So, STP is 54's ADR. STP is 36. So, first and foremost, 36 pips is what the safe take profit is on this pair. The pullback at the end of the day to where we're at now is 47 pips. Do I believe price is going to give me 47 pips? I don't. I don't believe it. So, either way, we'll mark this, right? We have a 30-minute high. We're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. Perfect. Again, no continuations. In the 4-hour, we had an exhaustion candle to the top side. I'm not going to mark that as the high. So EURCAD also not going to be on our watch list for today. EURUSD daily time frame. We're at the top of the flip zone. We're in V1 in an uptrend. We're in the middle of the zone of consolidation. We already know it's not the best place to look for a trade, but let's see if we look for a continuation. We have a month of rise. Daily time frame. We're consolidating. Now this zone of consolidation, did we break above it? We did. First green candle is testing. The second green candle is a green candle that closed above the first wick, not touching the zone. It is a nice BOS and gave us a retest to back down to the bottom. Now in the 30-minute, we know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high, right? Then price gave us this break, gave us this low that we're trading in, and this high. So now we know, okay, what could we be expecting? A 23.6, 38.2 retracement, a 50% retracement. Let's draw it out. Let's put our fibs. Right, from here to here, where are we expecting price to pull back down to? Could we expect price to pull back down to this, to the 50% retracement fib? Could happen. Right, let's use the other fib that has all the zones. Right now, we know we're between 23.6 and 38.2. This is where price gave us a nice double bottom. What are we looking for again? price to bounce off the 200 EMA. Now on the 200 EMA on the 38.2, what am I looking for? Looking for an exhaustion candle or an engulfing candle. Do we have an engulfing in the 4? Nothing in the 4. Nothing in the 1. Nothing in the 30. Nothing in the 15. Not yet. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a continuation. Right now we had 2 days of drop. We had a green 4-hour candle. We have 2 days of drop. So 2 days of drop. Could we be expecting a 372 again at this point? I'm still on the verge of thinking that this is a fake out. Obviously for the traders going short, for the traders who think that this is low, lower high, lower lows, to make them believe that, oh, price is going to continue to go down. Right? So this is where we got to be patient. We know we have a clean imbalance on the left hand side. Right? We know that if we break these highs here, this is where price is going to break to continue to push to the top side. And the same thing here. Once price reaches here, this is where we're going to break and a retest to continue that push to the top side. So EU is definitely one I'm going to put on our watch list for the day. So let's write that down. Right, so Euro USD, we're looking for a continuation going long. Right, so let's go to GA now. GA very similar to EU. We're in V2, third push to the top side, looking for price bounce off the 50 EMA. We're above the flip zone. No engulfing in the daily. In the 4-hour, no engulfings either. But again, off the 50 EMA, this is where we want to see price break. We know that we're in the zone of consolidation. These lows and these highs, just internally, right? When we zoom it in a little bit, right, we can see that this is where price is sweeping the lows. Again, not a clean break of the lows, just sweeping lows, rejecting highs. Still don't have a break of the highs. So what does this tell me? That price isn't ready to go up yet. Right? Not only that, again, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, then price gave us a change of character, higher high, higher low, and then price again gave us another BOS. But this BOS that we have is not a clean BOS of the highs. All right, so let's mark it this way. We know we have this break. Right, this break gave us this low and this high. We know we're trading between here and here. Now we had a day of rise yesterday. Today, price gave us 2 days of rise. Could we be expecting a 372 on GA? It could happen. It's very interesting, right? I want to see price bounce off the 50 EMA. I want to see price bounce from the 50% retracement to get into a new high. In this case, right, if price could give us a retest back into the zone, we know we'll have a 26 pip range, right, for a 12 pip stop loss, more or less. It's not bad. Not a bad zone. Now, do I believe it's gonna happen? Because price gave us this exhaustion candle during the news today at 10 a.m. and then price gave us another candle at 10:30, that was another exhaustion candle, rejecting these highs, and price failed to give us a clean break of structure before it could give us a pullback, makes me believe that price isn't ready. That my bad, the audio just messed up here. Makes me believe that price isn't ready to start moving up. So taking this trade off of fib retracement, taking this trade off the EMA bounces to get a continuation for a third day rise would be a very aggressive trade. Very, very, very aggressive trade. So with that being said, we'll wait it out. GCAD, daily time frame. This is another one that was at the top of the zone of consolidation, and this one broke above it. Level 2 to the top side, looking for price bounce off the 200 EMA. Perfect. In the 4 hour, we had 3 weeks of rise, gave us a rise drop, gave us a 4th week variation, then gave us another week, then gave us a week of drop, which was last week. This week, price continued to push to the top side. We know that this is where price was consolidating, and we finally broke above the zone of consolidation, gave us a retest, and continued to push to the top side. Right, and then GCAD was one of those pairs today that we definitely missed the entry. There is no doubt about it. It was again my fault, as I said this morning. I just didn't wake up on time to catch it. The entry for this one was very simple. Right, so this was a simple continuation. We had 2 days of rise. After 2 days of rise, we know we'll get the third day, especially when everything is lining up. Right, we had a second day rise, gave us a pullback at the end of the day. Price consolidated throughout London and Asia, or Asia and London session. Gave us a beautiful type 2 pattern. Again, what's a type 2 pattern? Price consolidates. Let's draw it out here. Right, when price consolidates, breaks above the zone of consolidation, gives us a retest and continues. That's a type 2 pattern. Sorry, I think I said type 1 pattern. This is a type 2 pattern. Right, what does that look like? Let's go back and let's draw it all out. Right, so number one, what am I looking for? In the zone of consolidation, we're looking for price to give us a break of the top of the zone of consolidation. So when we draw our line, and let's change this to green to not confuse everybody, right, what are we looking for? This green candle is not a break. It's a testing candle. This red candle went back down into the zone. This green candle, this green candle, this green candle, testing, 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 right? It wasn't until this green candle that closed above the previous green candle that made the initial break. This was the confirmation that price gave us a break of structure. Once price gave us a retest back to the top of the zone of consolidation, which happens here, this is the entry. So beautiful to the top of the zone of consolidation. Not only that, right, again, you had the retest at the top of the zone. You had a 11 pip stop loss, right, for a 30 pip range, for a 30 pip STP. Now, if you wanted to go for more than that, if you wanted to go for STP, which was 42 pips, right, 42 pips was also the top of the zone, right? So you would have had the same amount of pips, 30. Now, if you wanted to just go for a whole continuation, which was pretty much the candle for 930, right, if you held all the way to the top, you know, 37 to 57 pips to, let's say, up here all the way to the top until you got that red candle, right, you had a 60 pip range. After 3 days of rise, market must chop or drop. So I'm no longer looking for this pair to continue to push to the top side. We know that we're trading higher high, higher low, and higher high. Now I know I'm trading between this high and this low. So GCAD today was definitely a missed opportunity, a missed trade. And again, it was completely my fault. I should have already been awake by the time that this was given us that entry, which again, the entry was given at 7. I didn't get out of bed till like literally like what, 7:30ish, until that's when I turned the stream on. So completely my fault, you know. So it is what it is, right? Either way, today was a really good day, and we'll go over those trades later. Well, when we get to them, it'll be gold. GJ still in peak high territory. You know, at this point, again, you guys know I don't like trading in peak high territory. I don't like trading in peak low territory. I don't like trading counter, you know, against the overall trend. So yeah, this is one I'm not even going to update really. We know we're still trading between that 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. In the 4 hour, we have 4 months where price was pushing on up for 4 weeks. In the daily time frame, we know again we have pretty much 5 months where price just continues to make higher highs and higher lows. So there's no engulfing candles anywhere. Price is just kind of doing whatever it wants to do. At this point, GJ is consolidating, so we could be expecting one of the type 1s, type 2, or type 3 patterns to start developing here soon. But we know that we're trading between this high and these lows. Right? GU, daily time frame, we're in V1, I believe. Yep, V1, top of the zone of consolidation and an uptrend. Not the best place to look for a trade. Looking for price bounce off the 200. The daily time frame, we're above the zone of consolidation. In the 4 hour, we already had 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, gave us a rise no net, expecting this week to give us that 4th week variation, and that's exactly what price is doing. right, gave us that new push to the top side, and it did it early in the week. Right, early in the week, it gave us 2 days of rise. On the third day, price gave us a pullback. ADR STP was already hit, so, and it didn't reach the 30-minute low, so this wasn't an entry opportunity that we would have taken. You know, price at this point was just manipulating traders, making them believe that this was a break of structure of the lows, making them think that this is where price was going to continue, and then it skyrocketed. Right, made everybody believe that this is when price was going to continue this trend to the top side, and it spiked everybody's stop losses and went right back down. Right, so GU's in a situation for me where I'm not comfortable taking these positions. We had a day of drop yesterday. Today, price gave us a day of rise. Similar to that other pair, where in the zone of consolidation, I'm looking for a clean break, right? And we did not get it from the top of the zone of consolidation. So if we put a line, the top of the zone of consolidation, this green candle is a testing candle. This green candle, yes, even though it closed above the first green, what is it doing? It's still touching the zone. So it's still a testing candle. No candle closed above this candle. All of them stayed underneath, which makes us, again, believe that price is not ready to go up yet. Now, if price closes above this zone, then we'll start looking for these trades. But then what would these positions be up until here, right? A 20 pip zone, you know, and our stop loss, we would have to see. Maybe it's 15 pips, depending on how this zone is created. It could be anywhere between a 15 to a 20 pip stop loss. So a little one-to-one trade. And again, if you know me, you know I do not trade. I don't like trading one-to-ones. It's not my forte. It's not something that makes sense to me. So GU, we'll continue to look at it. So far, the only trade that we really have for the day that looks tradable is EURUSD out of all these pairs. Again, this is just the Asia session market just opened an hour and a half ago, so nothing new, right? It's all good. If we gotta wait for NYC to start developing, then we'll wait for NYC. US30 today was beautiful. Right, gave us a day of rise yesterday. Today, price gave us 2 days of rise, but again, just like GJ and just like gold, this is in peak high territory. So I'm not gonna be looking for price to push up. I am gonna be looking for my trends to the downside. Let's go to the daily. We don't have any engulfing candles. The 4 hour, we have no engulfing candles. Looking for that green, green, red. In the 1 hour, we have green, green, red. Right, where again, price is still rejecting these highs. Still don't have a BOS of these highs. So we'll see what price wants to do. So that's the 1 hour, yeah. And in the 30-minute, nothing here either. So gotta wait it out. Still just gotta see what price wants to do. USDCAD, we had a day of rise yesterday, then today gave us 2 days of rise. On the second day, gave us a pullback towards the end of the day, which was a 56 pip pullback on a pair that does 38 pips as STP, on a pair that does 65 pips on a day on an average. So I am not expecting this to give me a 372. I'm not expecting a third day rise to happen on USDCAD. Right, and we know that we're still trading in the middle of the zone of consolidation between the 30-minute high, the previous 30-minute high, and the 30-minute low, still making lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So what does that tell me? That price is definitely not looking good to continue this trend to the top side. So we'll continue. USD ZAR. We have 2 days of rise on the third day, which was today. Well, right now for the new trading session, we're pretty close to the high. Trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high. 4 weeks. This is the top one. Number one, let's go to the daily time frame. We're in V2, top of the zone of consolidation, looking for that level 3, push to the top side, bounce off the 50 EMA. We were in a zone of consolidation and we broke below the zone of consolidation here. Then price, again, obviously you can see lower low, lower high, lower low. Could this be the lower high to continue that downtrend push? It could be. We can see that here. Low, high consolidation, right? Lower high, lower low. Could this be a lower high here? It could happen. We have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the third week. Price gave us a new push to the top side. So we'll continue to look at it, but again, I'm not interested in really trading or taking these trades. Gold, beautiful trade today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade today. So gold, we know we're in peak high territory. We know that in the top of the zone, this is where price gave us a higher high, higher low, higher high. Price gave us 3 months of rise. On the third month, which was last month, gave us a rise no net. Could I be expecting that fourth month variation where price gives me another high? Could happen, especially in a zone of consolidation, which we could see in the 4-hour time frame, where price rejected the highs, went low, rejected the lows, went highs, rejected the highs here, gave us 3 weeks of rise. On the third week, gave us a rise drop, very steep pullback. Rejected the highs, went back down to the lows. At the lows, which here in the daily time frame, we could see that price gave us an engulfing candle. We could see that we went back down, we retested the zone of the engulfing zone, and price started consolidating. It's moving sideways, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, rejecting highs, rejecting lows, going back up to the highs, rejecting back to the lows. So we don't have a clean break of the highs, we don't have a clean break of the lows. What does that tell me? Right now, price still making a decision. Does price want to continue going up? Does it want to reject these highs again and go short? That's what we're waiting on. That's what we're still just waiting on. We know that in the 30-minute we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Let's mark it up with this tool. Right, so we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Right? Then this is where it starts changing up. Towards the end of the session, these last 2 days, price then gave us higher low, right? Because it didn't break below. And then here is where price, I'm sorry, I just messed my brain up, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Because this low broke, this low gave us this high and this low. This low broke, which gave us this high and this low. So let me delete this, sorry. Right, and we know that right now we're trading between this high and this low. Price still hasn't broken these highs. It tapped into it, went down, tapped into the lows, didn't break it, just tapped into the lows, went back up to the highs. So if price decides to give us a change of character to the top side and give us a day of rise going into tomorrow, so Thursday, if it gives us a break of structure and a second day of rise, then we know that Friday and going into next week we could be expecting price to continue the push to the top side to reach these previous highs. Now, if price does what it's doing right now, which is rejecting these highs, and does something like this, then we know this is where price is going to continue the downtrend push. So right now, we just got to be patient and wait it out. Bitcoin, pretty much similar, just in peak high territory, and this one isn't done yet. Market doesn't close for another, I think, 20 minutes. So I'm not going to update this one for now. And then oil, as I said, this is also one that I have to remark the complete drawings. But where we're at in the market makers pattern, we're in the first zone of consolidation in a downtrend, looking for that second push to the bottom. 200 EMA, we're bouncing right off of that in the daily. In the 4-hour, bouncing right off the 200 as well. 30-minute, we had a change of character, break of structure to the bottom side, and we're looking for a pullback. And again, this pullback could be anywhere between 23.6 and 38.2. It's pretty much where we're at now. We had a few days of drop. Alright, so let's add that here. We had a day of drop 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 here. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then today price finally gave us a day of counter rise. So we'll see. That's pretty much it for me today, guys. Any questions, let me know. You guys could always hit me up on X, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, YouTube messages, anywhere you guys feel comfortable asking questions. I'll post the Discord link in the Discord. You guys could request one-on-one sessions. We do 2 daily live streams every single day, Monday through Friday. We do the live trading session at 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time. We do the isolation session, which is this one, from 7 to 8 p.m. We do a weekly market breakdown on the weekends. Again, free one-on-one sessions. The streams are free. The Discord is free. So make sure you guys join, take some notes. And yeah, so again, the only trade we have for the day that we have written down in our trading journal really is just Euro USD for a continuation to the top side. And then another pair that we could just add to that list, is GA, right? Fuck it, for 372. We'll add GA to the list. But again, I understand that GA right now is not in the best place. We're still making lower lows and lower highs. So we will monitor this one before we do anything. Any trades taken on this one, we have to wait for a clean break of structure, but we'll see. GA will write that one down here as well. GBP AUD, we're looking for a 372 going long. But alright guys, have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Peace out.